Welcome back to Big Brother.
Season 23, episode 21, Power of Veto. We've off right from the last episode with Alyssa spinning the roulette wheel, which apparently DX did not play in last week.
You were wrong.
I tuned into the episode a little bit like later and I missed some, and it looked like he was playing, so I was a little confused. So it sounds like Alyssa was the only one who played.
Yeah. So it's like, you won.
But then Hannah said she played.
Yeah.
And then I thought Derek X played, but it was just Alyssa. Claire basically is like, okay, Derek X has to be the one that's going to be backdoored. And she basically tells Derek X, and he tries to like possibly, getting someone else out.
That part got a little shady. Like, I was like, yeah, like, you're playing for your life, but like jury management and like just like America's gonna hate what I was like. And then when he was like, yeah, I couldn't do it, I'm like, yeah, you couldn't backstab a bunch of people that are actually like, we're trying to save your life as best that they can, and you were like, throw them under the bus
to get rid of Claire. So they were saying put up Hannah because they have the numbers. She didn't want
Derek X to go home. She's the one that cared. And then they're like, yeah, we're gonna save him.
Yeah, and that's shady, is the treatment of Claire. I feel really bad for Claire.
Yeah, because she like pulled a whole Brittini. I was like, I thought she was gone. I thought she left the fucking house. But you could tell she actually cared.
Yeah. I think this is the first time we've seen her cry.
Yeah.
But she basically is saying X can't win the veto. As we know now, he does. So bad.
You can explain the veto again.
Competition.
Yeah, but it was like Jurassic or Safari, like pirate themed.
Tropically themed.
I liked it.
Basically, you have to hit 3 of the punishment dominoes to get there. There's some shorter paths that have worse punishments, or there's the reward dominoes, which you don't get a chance of winning the veto, but you do get a chance of going for the prizes.
And
only Derek F does.
One person did it. He was like, show me the money. It was
like okay, you literally could have taken your time. He took like 16 minutes or whatever.
I was like, 16 minutes is not fast. If anyone else played, he would not have won.
No, X finished in like 3 minutes. The punishments were lose all BB bucks. So no, you can't compete in any of the high roller competitions. Solitary confinement, which X got. He also got lose all your money. And then third nominee, which means next week he'll be a third nominee.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was risky.
I think he's so fast he could have beat people doing it the long way. He was the only one that did the short way, wasn't he? Or Azah or whatever.
I think it's because he knows he has the votes. So he didn't really care which, I mean, if you think about it, if the cookout doesn't win HOH, that's a little scary because now there's potentially 3 of them on the block, and then they don't have the numbers. Only to Xavier, which right now, currently Wednesday, he is in solitary for a while. Well, yeah.
But the cameras are still on you, right?
Yeah, he's in the have-not room. He has a little toilet and everything. Tiff basically knows if Derek X goes on the block, he has to go home because the cookout's not going to keep him. Mainly the men in the cookout.
Yeah, they'd be dumb.
Right. I think it's smart for the women to keep him. It's smart for the men to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Derek X basically goes up to Sarah Beth and is like trying to get any information, and she's just a wall. And it's funny that they have the same kind of complaint about one another, which is they don't give any information. Like Derek X doesn't give anyone. He tried, this might be his downfall, is he doesn't give names. And Sarah Beth was like, well, can you give me names? And he's like, no, I'm loyal to those people and it should prove my loyalty. And she's like, well, that doesn't do anything for me.
But it also doesn't help me. Yeah.
So he said you know, he had some regrets about not playing in the roulette wheel because Hannah kind of convinced him not to.
Yeah. That's what
Um,
to do.
and because Hannah felt bad, she felt kind of responsible to help him campaign this week.
Yeah.
As she probably would have already done, but
I feel like now she's like feels guilty. Oh no.
Big Brother 23 is tied with 22 for longest stretch of a non-female HOH or veto. All the way till week 5, we had to wait for Brittini to win veto. In week 5 and 22, Christmas won HOH. So I think technically this is longer because it was for POV.
That's crazy. Okay.
But it's also no straight white men in the jury.
So you win some, you lose some, but then you win some more.
There was a little like Red Cross segment, which was just like a nice little breather.
Cute, and I was waiting for Tiffany to get her little DR session since she's a freaking phlebotomist. For all we knew, like all I could remember, I knew she was a phlebotomist. I didn't know like where she worked. She could have worked for the Red Cross.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And she's like, so as a phlebotomist, blood is important. I'm like, duh, okay. It was cool
showing them prepping like emergency kits. It was just like a nice little like thing for them to do, probably.
But it was cute. I remember when they used to do more stuff like that.
Yeah, like little
side
sponsored stuff. I think it was because they don't do luxury comps as much anymore. They kind of don't really have those moments of like, oh, they're playing to watch Talladega Nights up in the HOH, or
and it added a layer of just like competition, but like friendly competition, or something that would just like be petty drama. Like, I can't believe it, America likes her. The show was probably almost canceled.
I think that's why they did the whole rebrand. Unfortunately, because of Big Brother 15, then we changed the intro, and we got the weird like full body intros now that we just like. It's so weird. Tiffany admits that Derek X is more beneficial for her game than Claire because one, Derek X is going to win. He's a shield, and he's a good ally because, I mean, they're both good allies, but Derek X can win more competitions.
Yeah.
And target the men. But I will say some of the women in the cookout have been trying to conspire against the men because Kyland made a comment and was like, well, something about Derek X of like, well, you know, one of us is going to have to take him out. And Tiffany was like, Sarah Beth is the one that put his ass up on the block. Don't even go there, Kyland. And he tries to pitch Hannah to Sarah Beth because they know Hannah has the votes, but to Claire and to Sarah Beth, they're making it seem like Hannah will go up and then leave, which Derek X doesn't know about the cookout, but he still somehow knows she has the votes. I don't know.
Sounds a little suspicious to me.
And then he also mentions the biggest probably selling point is that he can play in the Coin of Destiny because he has the most money, along with the other Derek, which, I mean, this is going to be the biggest power. It's a coup d'etat, so.
Could have used one last year.
Xavier uses the veto on himself, and Sarah Beth is like,
oh my God, that's what I want.
She's like, I'd be stupid to not take this shot, so Derek X. And everyone was like, Tiffany especially was like, right now it looks like Derek X is, well, I don't know. It sounds like every freaking week since the second week, the third week, they've been trying to do a flip. Always led by Tiffany, always up until the last minute, and then it never happens. So really, if it doesn't happen this time, I'm kind of just like done expecting like a flip to happen, because at this point, like now it's too few people, you know?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So hopefully Derek X stays. I don't think he will, but we will see tomorrow.
Deserves a back door, but it would be nice to see it.
Mm-hmm. This was just like, again, I don't hate Sarah Beth. It's just that she's not thinking like, is this truly the best move for me? and it's not, because she thinks that the people who are going to keep her safe aren't coming after. It's like, it's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
But also, it's like everyone's coming for her in Kyland. So like, I don't know what you expect.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know. That's really it.
But that's what's been going on. Those are some of the spoilers. Gonna see if the flip happens. It probably won't. But if you want to find out, you want to hear what we think about it, then like, comment, share, subscribe.